Most people have 10 fingers. If a person has 10 fingers and starts counting from 0, that person would be able to count until 9. Let's say that some aliens attack the planet and we look at their hands and they only have 4 fingers on each hand and have 2 hands. Then if that alien starts counting from 0, that alien would be able to count until 7. So let's think of a pattern here. If a creature has n fingers, that creature will be able to count up to n minus 1. Very simple. If a human has 10 fingers, that human can count up to 9. So let that resonate for a while. Remember this while we go on to the next part of the video. So take the number 1997 for an example. Let's go back to our elementary school days where we studied place values. The 1000 plus 900 plus 90 plus 7 is another way to represent 1997. And then we can expand this a bit more and say 1 times 1000 plus 9 times 100 plus 9 times 10 plus 7 times 1. And then we can get even more nerdy and say 1 times 10 to the power of 3 plus 9 times 10 to the power of 2 plus 9 times 10 to the power of 1 and 7 times 10 to the power of 0. So the base system that we use in the normal world is called base 10, and that is because we have 10 digits from 0 to 9. And let's take the number 1101 for an example. So this can be represented as 1 times 10 to the power of 3 plus 1 times 10 to the power of 2 plus 0 times 10 to the power of 1 and plus 1 times 10 to the power of 0. So remember this pattern. If we expand a number in this format, base 10, 1 times 10 to the power of 3, 1 times 10 to the power of 2, 0 times 10 to the power of 1, 1 times 10 to the power of 0. So basically this is taking the base and multiplying it by each place value, each digit. Now let's take another world of base 2. In a base 2 world, there are only 2 digits, 0 and 1. And that would be expressed as 1101 base 2, which is in parentheses. So now, remembering the pattern that we had just now in base 10, this can be represented as 1 times 2 to the power of 3, 1 times 2 to the power of 2, 0 times 2 to the power of 1, and 1 times 2 to the power of 0. And this is basically how you go from base n to base 10. You represent it in this expanded place value format, calculate this value, and then it becomes base 10. Let's take another example. If we have 1997 to the 3, we try to solve it. You think it's correct, but this was a trick question because we told you that in a base 3 world, there would only be 3 digits from 0 to 2. But if there's a 9 as one of the digits, this question is wrong. So always be careful of trick questions. That was just for fun. And from bases 11 to 16, there are digits that exceed 10. And that might sound very confusing. So let's say we have a base 12 number that's expressed like this when we try to convert it to base 10. Then this number will be read as 101197 or 101197 base 12. That is very confusing because 10 and 11, we are not used to those numbers being digits. So since this is very confusing, people came up with a very simple method, which is just replace every digit from 10 with alphabets in alphabetical order. So 10 would be replaced by A, 11 would be replaced by B, and so forth and so forth.